no matter what you do in this life, listening is one of the greatest skills you can possess. It's so important.
2 ears and 1 mouth, use it in that ratio.
Exactly.
Do you have a lot of different mentors now? Have you have different mentors for different disciplines?
I do. Obviously for me, I have a mindset coach, which is really, really important. I think a mindset coach is very important to have. And I have a business coach, and I have a coach for my bodybuilding. So for me, I think it's important to understand that what people do in life in general, I think what they do is they feel that no one gets to the top on their own. You cannot get to the top on your own. You have to surround yourself with eagles. You have to be around people and bring people on board to mentor you that have done the things that you want to do. And I always use analogy, say, eagles don't fly with pigeons. You must fly amongst eagles. Even if you're flying a little bit lower than them at the moment, but surround yourself with eagles to elevate yourself to the level that they are at. And you might have to spend some money to be able to have a mentor. I spend thousands of pounds monthly. In the past 3 years, I probably spent £30,000 on mentors. In the past 3 years, that's 30,000 British pounds on mentor. And that's in the last 3 years. It's probably an averaging £10,000 a year on mentor, from business to fitness to, mindset, because I see the benefits of it. Winners surround themselves with winners. And I used to be the sort of person that will go into Louis Vuitton, for example, and I will easily spend £2,000 on a bag. But you ask me to spend £2,000 on a business mentor, I'll be like, that's too expensive. Now I'm the complete opposite, where I will easily spend £2,000 on a business mentor if I knew that the business mentor is doing the things that I want to do and get me to the level that I want to get to. And that's very important, that if anybody can take anything away from this podcast they listen to, believe that you cannot achieve the things that you want to achieve on your own, and look at the people you aspire to be like and bring them on board if you can, to guide you to the destination that you want to get to.
I love your expression of eagles don't fly with pigeons. Have you had to leave some pigeons behind along the way?
Oh, always in life. In life, you got to look at, even with me, I unfollow all pages that doesn't serve me on social media, and friends as well that are not on my wavelength, I disconnect from them. And unfortunately, that's just the sort of person I am. And I don't have many friends for that particular reason, because I'm so cold with people that you're just so negative. Like, I want people to be like, you'll be all right. Like, you'll be all right. Like, my business coach in my business at the moment is Charlie Johnson. And the guy is a living legend. He messaged me yesterday. He goes, Wale, I just want to get you to £30,000 months. And so for some people listening to this podcast, they might think, that's how much I'm making a year. But we're trying to push that in a month. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to achieve things that people may not believe. Do you know why Charlie said that to me? Because he's doing way more than that on a month-to-month basis. And he's able to then teach me the skill set and have the mindset that I need to have to get to that level. So you have to be around people that are doing bigger things than you. If you walk into a room, and I love this analogy, and you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And another analogy that I use is, I've been training for 32 years. But if I go along and train with someone, I always say to them, I'm following your program today. And do you know why I do that? It gives me the ability to learn from that person.
Well, because, and I always talk about the fact how no matter, what position someone else is in, what they do, if we approach it with an open mind, there's something to learn from everybody. And that's, that's one of the things for this podcast for me, that, I always say I've got a very wide variety of guests. We have celebrities, we have business leaders, we have athletes, we have, just inspirational army veterans who've been damaged at war, you know, whatever it may be. But whatever it is you want to do in life, there's so many parallels, there's so many analogies, and if you listen to somebody else's story with an open mind, listen to their problems, listen to what they've overcome, there's always a way to apply it to yourself.
No matter what you do in this life, listening is one of the greatest skills you can possess. It's so important.
2 ears and 1 mouth, use it in that ratio.
Exactly. Listening is the greatest ability that you can possess, because if you have the ability to listen, you have the ability to progress, because you have to go into any room that you walk in. I walk into the gym all the time. Like when we finish this podcast, I'm going to Banús to train, and I walk into the gym, 5 times world champion, 32 years of training. But you know what? I walk into that environment as a student, not a master, a student, because I want to learn, and I watch people training. I watch exercises that people are doing. There might be an exercise that I haven't seen before, or I have seen before, or haven't seen done in a particular way before. I may not never use that workout for myself, because I just think, oh, well, but I'm a coach. I have an online company that coaches clients to be better. I may give that exercise to one of my clients to implement. And that's something that I always do. Any environment you walk into, walk in not as a blank canvas, but walk in with an open mind and the willingness to learn, and also listen to others, because people they love talking about themselves. So if you come in as a listener, guess what? You're going to be their best friend, because they got your attention for 45 minutes to an hour, and that's fantastic. People love talking.